There are a lot of issues that bind Botswana and South Africa, issues some of which arise from our long-standing relationship with South Africa. The fact that we are neighbors, we are big trading partners, and we have long-standing social, political, and economic ties, therefore. We needed to, as always we will, from time to time, touch base. And this time around, having settled into the new administration in Botswana, it was imperative that I arranged to meet with the President of South Africa, one-on-one, before we get into the more formal settings of the binational commission, that we meet, get to know each other, get to have a feel of what the issues are and what the sense is on both sides in relation to these issues. And so it was a very important meeting that paves the way for the more formal engagement at the binational. Well, there are a number of issues really that stand out. The first is an issue regarding movement between South Africa and Botswana. There are many challenges there. Many of our people come here to access medical help. Some of them, unfortunately, lose their lives, pass on this side. And to have their remains repatriated into Botswana creates major problems. And so we need to deal with these. People who come into South Africa for many reasons and end up overstaying even by a day lose the right to re-enter South Africa for at least 12 months. So these are some of the issues that we raised and we will look at and we've committed to dealing with. And many other issues of our economic relationship, issues of SACU. We need to take a fresh look at SACU, how we can strengthen it, how we can make it work better for all the member states. So these are some of the issues that we foreshadowed, but we will deal with more substantively at the binational and going forward, really. Looking at a more strengthened relationship between us and South Africa, we're looking at more collaborations. We're looking at the construction at some point soon of the interconnector so that we are able to export into South Africa and maybe even beyond renewable energy. And so they also, because we have now an agreement that we've just concluded in relation to addressing power shortages in Botswana and having a more durable, more meaningful arrangement that departs from what we've had before, which was to buy at emergency prices. Now we've settled it at a reasonable scale, and we will improve our power situation that side in collaboration with South Africa. One of the issues that also emerges and becomes critical is, as both countries look to renewable energy, we need to strengthen and even establish where none exists, manufacturing, for instance, of photovoltaic panels. And so South Africa is keen on seeing Botswana established in that space and in collaboration with South Africa, because the market is there and it's ready. So these are the issues. Stability is first a function of accessibility. You make yourself accessible to other leaders. They must find it attractive to come to your country, to engage with you, and to engage with your government. They engage because they see value in these engagements, and they engage because they see a mutually beneficial and respectful partnership. And so what this entails is that you need to reach out to them. The respect you give to a state is to go to them engage with them. It's recognition at international law, and to also invite them to your country. It involves some expenditure of resources so that you establish these relationships with these states. And this we have done, we're doing. But we do it in a structured and coordinated way. We do it in a manner that focuses on what the strategic benefits to be derived by both countries are. And we ensure that we position ourselves for these benefits, not just to ourselves, but to the countries that we relate with. And so our foreign policy in that regard is intact. It's strong. But what we also need to do is to strengthen our foreign diplomatic missions in these countries to enable them to better perform the function of strengthening, of facilitating, and of opening up business opportunities for companies in those countries to invest in our country, and for companies in our country to invest in their countries. In the case of South Africa, in the conversation between myself and the President here, we raised the issue that the South African market needs to be available to products from Botswana. Consumers here need to be able to walk into an outlet and find Botswana products alongside products from other parts of Africa. This is the kind of Africa that we want. And in the same way, we have products from South Africa retailing in Botswana. And so this mutual engagement and infusion of economic activity is crucial for the economies of both countries, and indeed of the rest of the African continent, especially in view of the African Continental Free Trade Agreement. That would give meaning to that agreement and ensure that Botswana products are marketed and are available, and products from other parts of Africa. And inter-Africa or intra-Africa trade is able to take place. So we need to develop the routes, the trade routes and corridors that would enable that to happen. And we need to strengthen relationships, and we need to ensure that there's free or freer movement of persons, of goods and of services across the breadth and dimensions of Africa.